Hello everyone, welcome to this YouTube channel. This is Jean and this is gonna be the second devlog ever on this channel. Today I a little bit wanted to go over how I build things in Unity. Being a beginner developer, I guess some of you wonder how I get things done. Where do I learn and what's my process to build things in Unity? And today I'm gonna show you a little bit on how I build anything in Unity. So the first and important thing is you need to have an ID. So the idea for this week was to implement a little bit of a tower defense. I wanted to implement a tower defense maybe as a bonus stage in the game. My main reason for that is based on the game Hades. I don't know if you know Hades, but in Hades every run you do is different. You get different skills and different power up every time. At the end of the game either you win or you die, but anyway your build is gone forever and it's really hard to replicate build from one game to the other. And sometimes you have a really fun build and you kind of want to go and play it as much as possible. You kind of want to go use that build and kill lots of enemies. So I kind of want to add a bonus stage at the end of my game where you can have fun like with waves of enemy coming and you can kill as much as enemy as you want until, well, you fail the game or you're satisfied. That's the main idea and let's see how we can implement that. So I'm going to show you first the scene. So here's the map I'm going to use. This is a pack of map I've bought on internet. So this is not my design, but it's really nice and I think it fits pretty well for a simple tower defense. As you can see, I will probably have monsters start here and then go up to the throne and you have to defend the throne. I'm gonna call this mode Defend the Dynasty, so defend TD. So my first step is to go to the drawing board or to take a notepad and to start writing or to take a book. I'd actually usually use a book where I write a few things on there and then this is my first process. So what do you do? So first you break down the game. Maybe as you get more experience as a developer, you kind of know already what things you need for the game. But for me, it helps to break the process down. So I want to do a tower defense. What's the base of a tower defense? Well, let's try to explain a game to someone that don't know the game. You have monsters that goes from one point to the other, right? So you will have monster that try to go from one point to the other. And your goal is to stop the monster from going to the goal, is to kill them before they reach the goal. And to do that, usually you have the towers. So you build towers that shoot things at monsters. So you build towers along the way that will shoot things at monster and try to kill them. Usually you have different towers and different monsters and that's basically a tower defense. In this case, we're going to try to see what we'll have to build and what we can reuse or what we already have built. So for example, the towers are going to be the player in my case. So the player, of course, we're not going to create another thing. We're just going to reuse the player we already have. So the tower part is already done basically. The monsters, we are not going to create new monsters. We're going to reuse the monsters we have. So same for the monsters, it's kind of already done. Having a starting point, I already showed you on the map, and an end point, I already showed you. We kind of know where the monsters are going to come from and go to. So that's already done. So basically we have almost all the most important parts of the game. Here, the first thing I don't know how to do, and I see like it's going to be the first thing we'll want to work at. It's how we make the monster appear. Creating one monster is really easy. You just instantiate one monster. You just tell the game, okay, at this point you're going to create one monster. So that's not too hard, but the tower defense thing is what we have waves. So waves of monster. It means, for example, the first level, the first wave, you're going to have maybe 2 or 3 slimes coming out. So they're going to come out from here and go there. The direction part we know is not going to be too hard, but the wave part is the thing that we haven't built yet in the game. So how do we spawn monster? And that's going to be the thing we have to figure out to build the tower defense part of the game. So this step is done. You've deconstructed a little bit what the tower defense is and you know now what you need to learn. I need to learn how to make a wave spawner. That's the keyword. One of the important things as a Unity developer is to know how to Google things correctly. And here, If you just Google, for example, if you just Google how to make a tower defense, you're going to have those full tutorials that's going to come from the beginning to the end, and that's going to be maybe you're going to learn a lot. But for my case here, I already have lots of the part built, I already have a map, I already have monsters, I already have a player that's going to play the tower roles. I already know how to make monster go from one point to the other because I've done that in my other games. So the only thing I need is the wave spawner. And so that's what you're going to do. You're going to go on YouTube or on Google and you're going to Google wave spawner, how to make a wave spawner. And sure enough, you have probably already a few tutorials that tells you how to do it. And that's going to be your next step. Watch the tutorial. That's the most efficient way. That way you don't have to learn how to make a full game from scratch, but to be efficient in your research, you need to research the part that you're missing from your game. When you're done watching, you should have a better idea of the things you need. So you go back to the draft, and now that you know a little bit more about what you need and what you're going to build, so you know we're going to build a spawner script. That's going to be our script. So in the video, I learned that I need states. You will have the states where you're waiting, that means nothing happening, you didn't start the wave yet. You will have the state where you're spawning. That means the wave is starting, the monsters are coming and are trying to reach the goal. And then the last part is you have, let's call it counting. It's when all the monsters have spawned that maybe you can already start the new wave, but all the monster has not been killed yet, right? Okay, so that's it. And then you also learn how to make the actual wave spawner. So you learn that you're gonna need to build a eye enumerator. For me, for example, it was my first time ever building an eye enumerator. Maybe some of you that already build games for a long time are gonna laugh, but I've actually never had to build one and I didn't really understand what it was. That's the main thing I took from those videos. I'm gonna need the states and I'm gonna make the waves inside of an eye enumerator. Now, one important part is to add your own knowledge to the video you watch. It's not to only reproduce what you watch, but to add the things you've already learned to make it better. For example, in my case, I've already learned about scriptable objects. Let's call them SO. And scriptable objects are data container, basically. And in my case, I thought it's going to be very useful to have scriptable objects containing the wave data. Meaning, I'm going to have a scriptable object for wave 1, for wave 2, for wave 3, and basically each scriptable object is going to contain a list of all the monsters that are going to spawn in these waves. And then the spawner script is going to go take from the scriptable object those information and is going to spawn the monsters. That's basically how you're going to build it. And when you know that, then it's already much more clear what you want to build, how you're going to build it. And then you just have to start building it. So let's go see how it is. This is my scriptable object script. You can see it's 3 lines of codes. It's very simple. The first one is a name. Maybe if you want to display, for example, the name wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. Then you have a list. That's going to be the list of the waves. That means all the monsters that are going to be in the waves. And then you have a rate. That's how fast the monsters are going to come out, okay? The amazing thing about scriptable objects is you can do everything into the editor and you can even do things during play mode. For example, this is my scriptable object of wave 1, right? So name wave 1, wave info means there is a list of 50, and you see each element has a number. And in my spawner script, I'm going to explain that monster 0 is a slime, monster 1 is a little bit more powerful slime, number 3 is a goblin, number 4 is a little bit more powerful goblin, etc. And the main reason you do that is to be able to scale things more easily. That means here I can change very easily. For example, here, maybe I put 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And all the 11 first monsters that are going to spawn is going to be a slime. If I create new monster, I can say, okay, now number 5 is this new monster, and I can come back to the wave and put 5, 5, 5, 5, and the new monster is going to be implemented as it is. So it's very easy to modulate, and I think when you learn how to code, you kind of try to figure out things to make your life easier in the future. Things can work, but can be hard to go back to or hard to modify, I think one of the most important things in your development phase is to make things scalable and easy to reuse and easy to understand. All right, then you have you can see, let's close the wave info, and then you have the rate. Let's put 2, that means a monster is gonna come every 2 seconds. Let's start the game to just jump into it and see actually what it looked like. Let's stay for now in the big view, and this is the play view, but you see there's a button here, so if we start the wave, we're gonna see the monster coming out. See? Every 2 seconds, sorry, there is a monster coming. So see, the number 5 is 3 is a goblin, and you have a goblin coming out. It's that simple. Let's pause the game. Let's modify, maybe let's put 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Let's start again the game, start the wave, and see now it's not the simple slime, it's the rainbow slime that comes out. And here is the strength of the scriptable object, is that you can modify things very easily and that things are scalable. I can put things to 300 monster, I can create as many waves as I want, create a new scriptable object for wave 3, put random numbers on wave 3, and that's it. I can easily balance my game to try and make it more difficult. And so now let's maximize play, and let's go actually try to play the game. So we still have the same movement, we still have our fires, our spells. This is new spells maybe you haven't seen before, but it doesn't matter, it's not really the goal here. Maybe this is a bit too powerful. I mean, this is the first wave. There you go. Maybe 2 seconds is too slow. So one of the amazing things you can do, see, let's pause. Let's go back to the rate and let's put a new rate, 0.8, I don't know, 0.5. That means a monster is gonna come, 2 monsters are gonna come every second. And see, directly the monsters are coming out a lot faster. And the game is built, right? That's it, we have a tower defense. Nothing is implemented. That means if I let the monster reach the end goal, nothing is gonna happen because we didn't build that. But see the button reappear, that means the wave is spawned. So if we start a new wave, and okay, we have the second wave, you can see the rate is much faster and there's lots of new monster. I mean, a lot of monster popping out. I mean, we can try to kill them. There we go. And that's it. The second wave is all spawned up. And like I said, the game is not fully built. That means if we go to the end where the monster are supposed to reach, yeah, they're all gonna sit on the throne and nothing happened because we didn't build the life points like right off what's gonna happen when everything's done. And when you kill the monster, nothing happened yet because there's no win condition. But today the goal was just to show a little bit on how you decide on what's important to your game to start trying it out. For me to build a little bit of a tower defense, I only needed to make a spawner that's basically 40 lines of code and a scriptable object script that's 3 lines of code. So that's really simple. It's a really fast way to implement something and to actually try it out. That's the beauty of Unity. That's the beauty of real time. You build something, you can play it, and that's so rewarding. I'm in the phase where I'm trying to build a lot of different things. That's why I'm trying to figure out exactly what I need to build, learning about it, and then building it. I think for next week, I'm gonna build a more dash. I think one of the things that's really fun in those games is fast movements and damage while dashing, a little bit like the monk in Diablo 3, for example. That's something I really like, and I think it's fun, so I'm gonna try to build those things and show them to you in the next devlog. The next devlog should be on next Wednesday. Hopefully it's going to be there on time. This was a video about how I build things in Unity. Maybe next devlog is going to be shorter just to show what the progress have been made and to ask you a little bit more about feedback about what you think is fun, what you think is not fun, what do you think about the game. I need your feedback. It's really important for me. I hope you like the video. Maybe I don't really know, because I'm a beginner, I don't really know if you're interested in learning exactly how this script works. I mean, you have it right in front of you, but maybe I can explain a little bit more how information is passed from the scriptable object to the wave spawner script. I don't know. Tell me if you're interested about that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you can subscribe to the video. It means a lot to me, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye-bye.